Archangel Michael says, "This is not a joke at 9 a.m. tomorrow, August 5th, a surprise message will shake your entire day." Archangel Michael says, "There is a shift in the air tonight that you can't see but will feel in the morning." The silence before the hour is not peace, it is preparation. At exactly 9 a.m. tomorrow, August 5th, something is going to land in your world and change everything. Someone who hasn't spoken your name in a long time has written something that will find you. It is not by accident, it is not random. This message has been delayed for weeks, maybe months, but it will arrive when the time is right. A time is tomorrow, and what it contains will alter your understanding of a recent betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 349. You will wake up as normal, but within minutes, something strange will occur. Your phone might ring, or a knock may come at your door, or an email with a subject line you don't expect will appear. It's not just information, it's a revelation. Comment "I'm ready" if you've been feeling the tension building for days. This is not paranoia, this is spiritual preparation. Archangel Michael says, "The person behind this message once stood close to your heart. But what they did left wounds you didn't deserve, now they're reaching out. But not for peace, not yet." Type Amen to get blessing 114. This message might pretend to be innocent, it may be written with soft words. But beneath it lies a deep confession. There's a truth they've been running from. And they think telling you will clear their conscience, they believe time has softened your memory. They assume you've moved on completely. But the shock of their words tomorrow will stir something you thought you buried. If your heart starts racing while reading this, it's because your spirit already knows it's close. Their timing is not a coincidence. It's calculation, and they expect you to be vulnerable at 9:00 a.m. Type Amen to get blessing 551. This message will begin like an apology. But halfway through, it will become a justification. They don't want forgiveness. They want validation. They want to twist your heart again just enough to see if they still can. Be careful how you respond. What you say next could unlock something bigger, or trap you in a cycle you finally escaped. Not all sorry messages are meant to heal, some are meant to reset control. If you're reading this tonight, it means you're already being prepared. There's a force watching to ensure you don't fall into the same hole again. That force is surrounding you with discernment now. Type Amen to get blessing 302. There's a line in their message that will stick in your mind. It may sound innocent, but it will haunt you all day. Because it contains a memory you didn't know they remembered. They've been waiting for the perfect day to strike. They chose tomorrow because they know you're focused on other things. They want to catch you emotionally unarmed. Do not respond in the first hour, let the message settle before you act. You need to view it from strength, not surprise. Type Amen to get blessing 998. Archangel Michael says, "Even though it arrives with soft hands, this message carries a blade. The person sending it has practiced how to appear remorseful. But they still carry the same intentions they did when they walked away from you. Their words may speak love, but their energy reveals tension. They want something. They always do. Whether it's closure, access, or attention, they are not here selflessly. You must remember who you are when reading it. Do not let their tone make you question your truth. You survived their silence, don't get confused by their noise. Type Amen to get blessing 777. This moment was seen by higher realms before you even woke today. It is not a mistake that you're being warned hours before. When it arrives, your instincts will tell you whether to read it all or delete it at the first sentence. Some parts of you may feel tempted to believe they've changed. But history is not forgotten, and your soul remembers what your mind tried to erase. The message may include a picture, a location, or a name you haven't heard in a long time. That name will hit like lightning. It will remind you of a night that never made sense. Until now. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There is power in stillness after surprise. If you can remain grounded tomorrow morning, you will rise stronger. You are not meant to be broken by this. You are meant to be awakened. This is not revenge. It's revelation. You are being shown who is who, and who still tries to write your name into their stories without your permission. This message doesn't define your worth. It only exposes their regret. Your emotions are loud now because silence never healed them. Type Amen to get blessing 466. You've been on their mind more than they've admitted. They've seen signs about you, heard your name whispered, and felt guilt pressing into their chest, but guilt is not the same as change. The words they send may sound poetic, but listen between the lines. There's a cry for attention, a cry to be seen by someone they hurt but still want to impress. Do not be flattered. Do not be swayed, be still and let truth speak before emotion does. Type Amen to get blessing 250. This message may bring up an old plan you both made. A future that never happened, a promise they broke without explanation. They might say they finally understand what you meant. They might talk about dreams they had involving you, but dreams do not excuse damage. Your forgiveness is not a currency they can train you in. You owe them nothing, let that sink in deeply. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The Archangel Michael says this moment is not sent to punish you. It's to position you. Every word they send will tell you exactly who they still are and who you no longer need to be for them. You don't need to fix them. You don't need to teach them. You only need to observe and protect your peace. The message may include a question you never expected. A request that feels too soon. Say no without guilt. Type Amen to get blessing 421. You've outgrown the version of yourself they last knew. But they are still trapped in their image of you. That's why they think this message will pull you back. They want to relive the past on their terms. But tomorrow is your future, not their redemption story. Be clear about that. They may even say I never stopped caring. But if they truly cared, they wouldn't wait until 9:00 a.m. on a random day to prove it. They would have done the work when it mattered. Type Amen to get blessing 513. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. And when the message comes, breathe. Let it arrive, and then rise. Because this moment isn't about them. It's about what you do next. You are the center of this divine shift, not their words. Tomorrow's message may feel heavy at first. But by evening, you will feel lighter than you have in months, because truth, even when painful, always frees you. Type Amen to get blessing 660, and in that truth, you will see the exit sign from cycles that try to trap you. You will recognize the patterns in their words, the manipulation in their kindness, the fear in their silence, and you will walk away, this time, with power. The 9:00 a.m. moment will not destroy you. It will deliver you, but only if you choose wisdom over reaction. Comment below if your spirit already feels this coming. This is not the end, this is the great unveiling. Type Amen to get blessing 199. You were chosen to receive this heads up. You are not being warned without reason, the skies know your value. And so do your enemies. Keep this message close tonight, let it prepare you. Let it guard you. Because what's coming isn't just a message, it's a mirror, it will show you who they are. And reflect how far you've come. Be ready, type Amen to get blessing 711. The next chapter of your piece depends on how you respond in that hour. Even if your hands shake, your heart won't lie to you. You've dealt with storms greater than this, and tomorrow's message is not your undoing. You will feel the energy shift the moment the message enters your space. It might feel like déjà vu, like you've lived this before, but this time, you are different. You are awakened, stronger, and more aware of games dressed as grace. Comment I see clearly now. If you've ever ignored your intuition before, this time, you won't. This time, you will listen fully. Type Amen to get blessing 530. For they think your silence equals interest. They believe that enough time passed to make you forget. But they underestimated how much healing took place in your solitude. When you read that message, remember every tear, every lesson, every late-night thought that helped rebuild you. You didn't survive that journey to collapse from a few sentences. You're not who they left behind. You've evolved, their apology is not your closure. Your awareness is. And your boundary is your healing ground. Type Amen to get blessing 387. They will say things like I've changed. Or I'm not asking for anything. But energy never lies, and yours will feel the undercurrent of manipulation wrapped in soft phrasing. You are no longer someone who needs to make excuses for others. You are no longer the one left wondering what went wrong. You see now, it wasn't your fault. And it never was. Let their message arrive like a letter to a place you no longer live, let it find the old you. But no. The new you has already moved on. Read it. Acknowledge it. And release it. Type Amen to get blessing 411. Archangel Michael says, this is a divine checkpoint. A spiritual test to see if you will go forward or circle back into a pattern you prayed to escape. Do not fear this test, face it with the strength you forgot you carried. You didn't come this far just to repeat emotional history. You are not obligated to reply, to explain, or to soften the truth to comfort their guilt. Let your peace speak louder than your reply. You may feel a surge of old emotions. But remember, that's memory, not destiny. What once hurt you cannot reach you unless you open the door again. This time, keep it closed. Type Amen to get blessing 662. If you feel emotional tomorrow, let it pass like a wave. Do not cling to it. It is old residue trying to rise one last time before it leaves your system. You will feel a spiritual confirmation after reading the message, perhaps a sense of finality. That's not sadness. That's closure. You'll remember why you had to let go. Why the distance was necessary. Why returning to that space would cost your growth. This message is not about getting back together. It's about being reminded that you never needed them to be whole. You were always the strength. Type Amen to get blessing 878. They may try to use memories as hooks. Like, remember when we laughed? Or you always understood me, but memories are not reasons to revisit pain. Let nostalgia pass through without attaching to it. You lived it, you learned from it. And now you release it. They do not get to use your compassion as a doorway again. If tears come tomorrow, let them cleanse, not reopen. You are not crying because you miss them. You're releasing the final pieces, and that's power. Type Amen to get blessing 511. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come after the heaviest messages. And this will be one of those times. What starts as discomfort will end as a revelation. After the shock fades, clarity will rise. You'll feel like something heavy has been removed from your shoulders. It's your energy reclaiming itself. They do not hold your peace anymore. You do. They do not hold your worth. You already claimed it back. Comment: I receive my clarity if this is the kind of shift you've prayed for, because it's coming. And nothing will stop it. Type Amen to get blessing 646. Even if they say I was wrong, watch what they do, not what they write. Words without action are empty. And they've had more than enough time to act. You don't need to correct their version of the past. You don't need to argue your truth. You lived it. They only remembered it. If they send you something emotional, it's okay to feel, but don't act out of those feelings. Wait. Let calm guide your reply. If you choose to give one at all, type Amen to get blessing 229. Archangel Michael says, your heart is protected. You have heavenly support around you, ensuring you don't walk into anything harmful again. This moment is not just a test, it's a triumph. You will realize how far you've come when you read their words and don't flinch. When their name pops up and you feel nothing but strength, when you realize you're healed. And healing doesn't mean you want revenge. It means you want peace more than drama. And that is where you're headed. Type Amen to get blessing 390. This is your confirmation that you're not crazy for feeling something is about to happen. You were sensing this moment long before I told you. Your spirit already knew. Tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. Don't panic, be still. Let the moment arrive, but do not let it rule your day. Let it be what it is, a message. Not a command. Not a chain, just a message. You decide what happens next. You are the author now, their message is only a footnote. Type Amen to get blessing 742. Let this be the final time their words carry weight. Let this be the moment you hear them and release them. No more cycles. No more what-ifs. Tomorrow is a mirror. And when you look into it, may you see strength. May you see wisdom. May you see the version of yourself that no longer needs their approval. They are reaching because they feel your energy slipping away. They are writing because silence has become unbearable for them. But silence made you stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 870. Even if the message is long. Remember this. It's only a few paragraphs. It is not your future. It is not your fate. You can read it, understand it, and still walk away. You can feel for them and still protect yourself. Compassion and boundaries can exist together. And if your heart is heavy after reading, let this message be your anchor. You were warned not to fall. You were built to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 601. Let the message come, let the message go. And let your spirit remain unshaken. This is not about proving anything to anyone, it's about finally choosing yourself. No explanations. No guilt, just freedom. When the clock strikes 9:00 a.m. tomorrow, you will know. You will feel it, and you will stand tall. Because nothing they write will define your worth again. You've broken the loop, you've rewritten the story. Type Amen to get blessing 933. Final reminder: if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. You deserve clarity. You deserve peace, and most importantly, you deserve to walk away tomorrow feeling more empowered than ever before. Let the message come. But let your soul remain steady. You are not who you were. You are who you've become. And nothing can take that from you now. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They thought time would blur the truth. But time has only sharpened your vision. What once confused you now stands in plain sight. Even if their message sounds poetic or beautifully crafted, don't be moved by aesthetics. Some people use beautiful words to cover ugly intentions. This isn't the time to get grown and by tone, it's time to listen with your spirit. Come and I trust my spirit if you've learned to feel the truth underneath appearances. Because this time, your intuition will not fail you, it will speak louder than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You will be tempted to go back and read it again, hoping you missed something. But understand this, the truth is in the first feeling, not the second guess. That first wave of emotion. That's your answer. If your body tenses, if your heart sinks, if your stomach flips, that's a warning. Do not rewrite what your soul already understood. You are not confused, you are just battling compassion. You don't need to carry guilt for someone else's decisions. You gave them space to speak back then. Now they are arriving too late with words they think will rescue their own conscience. Type Amen to get blessing 385. They might say, I thought about you every day. But memory is not a ticket back in. They might say you were always the one. No. But the truth is you were the one they didn't choose in time. Now they return not out of love, but because life without you has proven harder than expected. Their message might disguise itself as honesty, but watch how they center themselves in every sentence. They are not writing to lift you, they are writing to unburden themselves. But don't mistake their weight for your responsibility. You do not have to answer the door just because someone knocks, especially not if the last time they were inside, they left you broken. Protect your space like it's sacred because it is. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Archangel Michael says, they were warned not to hurt you, their spirit knew you were rare. And still, they chose otherwise. Now they face the consequences of losing someone who carried nothing but sincerity. You gave chances. You gave silence. You gave peace. Now you must give yourself permission. Permission to not respond. Permission to walk away completely. If you do reply, let it be from your healed self, not your hurting one. Let it reflect your growth, not your grief. Let it close the door with power, not pain. Type Amen to get blessing 505. You might feel alone when you receive the message. But know this. You are spiritually surrounded. There are forces right now forming a wall of protection around your energy. They cannot reach your soul unless you invite them back in. And tomorrow, you will not, you will renege and you will release. Even if they ask to meet, to talk, to explain more, pause. You don't need to do anything right away. Time is your shield. If something is urgent for them, let them feel the weight of waiting. Let them sit in the stillness they once forced upon you. Balance must return. And it begins now. Type Amen to get blessing 848. They might write about things you both loved. They may use inside jokes or childhood memories. But this is not a storybook. It's your life. You've spent nights crying over billions of this same energy. You've questioned yourself for years trying to make sense of their choices. But now, the answer isn't in their message, it's in your freedom. This isn't about what they write. It's about what you no longer need, and the truth is, you no longer need them to understand your worth. Because you finally do. Comment I'm standing strong if you know your value is not dependent on anyone else's message. Let that be your shield tomorrow. Let that be your sword. Type Amen to get blessing 550. If they try to bring up other people, be cautious. If they name someone else to stir emotion, it's manipulation. Do not let them pull you into comparisons or blame games. Your words may sound like longing, but their spirit still carries confusion. They don't know how to hold what they once dropped. And you don't need to be the one to teach them anymore. Archangel Michael says, this is a divine reset. Let them speak, but don't let them shape your peace. You are not their second chance. You are your own priority now. You are your own home. And nothing they write can shake that unless you allow it. Type Amen to get blessing 932. Don't let the timing trick you. Just because the message comes at a soft hour, 9-0-0 a.m., doesn't mean its energy is harmless. Darkness can wear light to get close again. They are choosing morning because it's a vulnerable time. They want to be the first thought in your head tomorrow. Don't let them take that space. Instead, fill your morning with power. Wake up and affirm, I am untouchable by past energy. Say it out loud. Say it until you believe it, because when the message comes, you will already be prepared. Not shaken. Prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 293. Even if you've waited years for them to say these things, don't let it break you when it finally happens. Sometimes, closure doesn't look like healing. It looks like realization, and that's okay. You may read a sentence that brings tears, and another that brings clarity. Feel it all, but don't let it decide for you. This is your moment to rise above what once buried you. This is your signal to complete the healing cycle. You waited long enough for this. Now let it be the final thread you cut. With peace, with power. Type Amen to get blessing 484. You will not fall. You will not return, you will not lower your standards. Because tomorrow is not about their message. It's about your mastery, it's about proving to yourself that you're free. And when the day ends, you'll feel it deep in your bones. Something left you that never belonged, a weight was lifted. A tie was cut. You'll sleep lighter, you'll dream clearer. You'll move forward. Type Amen to get blessing 1100. Let this be your warning and your preparation. Let this be your strength in advance. Because by 9:00 a.m. tomorrow, you will not just read a message. You will rise through it, you will walk past it. You will transcend it. Archangel Michael says this was written long before they typed it, it was written in your spirit story. A test not for punishment but for elevation. You are not reading this by mistake, you are being equipped. And nothing they say will be stronger than the truth you now stand in. Type Amen to get blessing 7000. Even if the message feels like a door opening, remind yourself, not every door leads to peace. Some doors bring you right back into rooms you've already escaped from. And you are not meant to live in repeat, you are meant to evolve. There will be a line in their words that seems crafted to pull you in. Something like, no one ever understood me like you, but remember, that understanding cost you too much. You were the shelter, the healing. The lighthouse while they were the storm, they did not return to give. They returned because their own shadows chased them. But it's not your job to rescue them again. Type Amen to get blessing 1222 tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. Time will pause briefly when you see their name. It will stir your chest, it will tug at your memory. But it won't break you. Because you've been breaking chains for months without anyone knowing, and this is the final link. You may find yourself shaking. Not from weakness, but from the sacred release of karmic weight. A shift in your soul will confirm what you always suspected. They needed you far more than you ever needed them. And they still do. Comment I'm done with cycles if you're choosing peace over confusion. Because this time, you get to choose. And your choice will echo through every area of your life. Type Amen to get blessing 611. This message will not be the start of something new. It will be the ending that should have come long ago, and you will feel it in your bones. No more explaining your heart to people who mishandled it. No more watering deserts with your tears, no more hoping they've changed when they refuse to even grow. This is the moment your boundaries stand like mountains. Unshakable, apologetic. You are not cold. You are wise, you are not bitter. You are healed. You are not cruel. You are finally protecting what matters. Type Amen to get blessing 314. If they ask for a chance, remember how many you already gave. If they beg for understanding, remember how much of yourself you already sacrificed. This is not about revenge. This is about realignment. Let their message sit without a reply. Let them feel the echo of your silence. Because that silence now speaks louder than anything they ever said, Archangel Michael says your stillness will confuse them. Because they expect the old you to reply instantly. But the new you doesn't run to every cry, you respond when your spirit says move, not when manipulation knocks. And tomorrow, you will listen to spirit. Not nostalgia. Type Amen to get blessing 902. You are standing at a doorway between then and now. Behind you, confusion, emotional debts, unanswered questions. Ahead of you, clarity, power, and freedom. And as they type, hoping to win you back with sentences, you're already stepping forward. They'll realize too late, you don't live in your past anymore. You built a new life without needing their closure. Let them write, let them plead. Let them wonder. But do not let them in. You can forgive without revisiting the wound. You can be kind without being available. Type Amen to get blessing 837. They are seeking entry into a space that no longer belongs to them. They are knocking on a version of you that has been laid to rest. You are reborn, and tomorrow will prove it. You might read the message out of habit. But you'll realize something powerful. It doesn't move you like it once would have. The spell is broken. It's time you see them for who they really are, not the fantasy. Not the potential. The truth, and the truth will free you. To let it. Don't resist. Type Amen to get blessing 1239. They will try one last trick. The emotional hook. They might mention something only you and they would know. A memory. A phrase, a thought. A moment. But you are no longer the person who melts at nostalgia. You are the one who understands that not all shared memories deserve a sequel. This story ends with you walking away. Not crying, not doubting. Just free. If your heart whispers delete it, listen. If your body says don't reply, obey. If your spirit says you've already healed, believe it. Archangel Michael says you passed the test the moment you stopped hoping they'd change. Now they return to rewrite the story. But you've already closed the book. Type Amen to get blessing 617. Let the sun rise tomorrow on a new version of you. One who doesn't shrink at familiar shadows. One who doesn't chase clarity from people who only bring clouds. This is your moment. To say, I choose peace. I choose forward, I choose me. Let them have their closure through their own reflection. You don't owe them your reaction. You don't owe them access to the healed parts of you. You already gave them enough of the broken ones. Now give yourself everything they never could. Tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. Do not fall. Rise. Type Amen to get blessing 1001 if you feel a weight lifting even before the message arrives. That's your soul preparing. If you feel strength returning, it's your spirit responding. This isn't just another notification. It's a spiritual shift. You are not who they left, you are not who begged for closure. You are not waiting. You are choosing, you are aware. You are annoyed with discernment. They may never understand what they lost, but you will never forget what you gained. Freedom. Self-respect, wholeness. Comment I walk in wisdom if you know this moment was designed for your elevation. Let tomorrow confirm what you already know today. You are done with the past. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Tomorrow won't just be a test, it'll be a turning point. And when you look back, you'll remember July 11th not as the day they returned, but the day you refused to return with them. Dev, you are free now, today free. Dev, type Amen to get blessing 7000 even as the world moves quietly around you tomorrow morning. Your spirit will know, you'll feel it before the message even arrives. The way the air shifts. How your skin tingles, how your heart becomes alert. This is not fear. It's divine readiness. You will need to prepare a response. You won't need to rehearse what you might say. Because when it comes, your clarity will already be standing at the door. Archangel Michael says, this is divine alignment. You are being reminded of what you upgrew. Not to hurt you, but to anchor you. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. They waited until they felt safe to approach. But they forgot that you've evolved while they remained stuck. They're coming with the past in their hands, but your hands are now full of purpose. They will try to bring up what could have been. But your soul is already rooted in what is, in what you're building, becoming, and claiming. Their could have is no match for your now. Even if their words stir your heart for a moment, breathe, don't react from the echo. Respond, if you must, from your wholeness. You don't need to chase closure. You are the closure. You are the period at the end of a long, exhausting chapter. Type Amen to get blessing 1007. Soon they will notice that your reply doesn't carry the same softness, that your energy has grown thorns. Not from bitterness, but protection. You are not here to be plucked again. Your silence, if you choose it, will say more than they expect. And if you do speak, every word will come from self-respect, not longing. Because what they left behind is no longer waiting, let the message remind them, not you, of what was lost. Let them sit with the echo. Let them taste the silence they once gave you. Type Amen to get blessing 3140. You may be tempted to scroll through old memories after receiving it. No. The past is not a place to revisit when your soul is walking toward destiny. If you cry, let it be release, not regression. Let the tears water the roots of your new self. Not flood the memories of your old self. You are no longer who they remember. And that is your victory. They are not reaching out because they are strong, they are reaching out because they feel your detachment. Because they can no longer feel your presence. And that terrifies them. You no longer orbit their world. You are a universe of your own. Let them watch from the distance where they chose to stand. Type Amen to get blessing 2900. This moment was always part of your ascension. A test dressed in familiar clothing. A storm pretending to be a summer breeze. What you will know. Your spirit is alert now. Your peace is trained. You will read the words and not tremble. You will hear their voice and not melt. You will remember the pain and still remain whole. Comment: I will not shrink. If you've ever had to rebuild from silence, this is your confirmation that you did it right. Because now, even the message cannot break you. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The apology, if it comes, may sound real. But remember, it's not just about what they say. It's about why they waited this long. Your message comes not from strength, but from the emptiness they now live in. You are not a rescue mission. You are not their emotional reset. You are the lesson they weren't willing to learn when you were within reach. Let them see the glow they can no longer dim. Let them witness the evolution they never contributed to. This is not your punishment. This is your reward. You will read the message and then you will breathe deeper, because that was the final thread. And you're still standing. Type Amen to get blessing 3303. If they mention forgiveness, remember, forgiveness is yours to give. But reconciliation is a choice. You don't owe them entry into your peace. You don't owe them space in your future. Archangel Michael says, they had time to be truthful, but they chose silence. They had space to be kind, but they chose absence. They had moments to grow, but they chose ego. Now they return, hoping for mercy. But your mercy is in your distance, your kindness is in your boundary. Let them feel it. Let them learn, let them grow without you. Type Amen to get blessing 1808. Tomorrow is not just about protecting your peace, it's about recognizing that you are the peace. You are the calm after the storm. Let your actions tomorrow reflect your healing. You don't need to argue your worth anymore. You don't need to convince anyone to value what they once held. Your message may ask for a call, may request a meeting, may offer a memory as bait. You are not a version of yourself that needs to be baited, you are a force they can't reach. And tomorrow will prove it. Type Amen to get blessing 775. You may feel a strange sense of mourning. Not because you miss them, but because you're letting go of the final hope. That final illusion, that maybe they'd come back changing. That maybe it could be different. But they didn't, and it won't. And in that morning, you will also feel rebirth. A soft fire rising in your chest, not from anger, but from clarity. You'll feel 10 pounds lighter. Because what's being removed tomorrow is not just a person, it's the old version of you who kept hoping. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. This is it, the divine close. The holier lease. When the clock hits 9:00 a.m., your soul will rise higher. Your intuition will roar louder. And your heart will choose itself, fully, without hesitation. You will not reply because you're lonely, you will not vent because of old emotions. You will not return to prove anything. You are done, you are free. You are whole. And no one, not even them, gets to interrupt that. Type Amen to get blessing 7000. Dove sparkles even after the message arrives. And even after your heart reacts in a flicker of emotion, don't panic. What you're feeling isn't weakness. It's your nervous system releasing old tension one last time. The person who sends this message tomorrow is hoping for a door. They expect you to crack it open with curiosity. With old love. With nostalgia. But you now understand. Not all doors are meant to be opened twice. Your message may seem urgent. They might say things like, I need you to hear me, or this can't wait. But remember, they waited, 4 months. 4 years. Until now, so ask your soul, why now? Why the moment you started glowing? Why the moment you stopped chasing? Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Their timing is not divine. Their timing is desperate, they feel your light slipping beyond their reach. They'll speak as if they've had an awakening. But an awakening would have included an apology before your absence, not after it. You don't owe your healed heart to someone who only noticed you when it got quiet. Even if they bring up fate or soul ties, don't be seduced by spiritual language, they may mimic growth. But you'll feel in your core if it's genuine. Or just guilt in disguise. This is not about being cold. This is about being clear. And your clarity tomorrow is your greatest act of love, for yourself. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. Let the message come, let the name flash across your screen. Let the words spill into your day. And then breathe, breathe like someone who has climbed out of a pit. Breathe like someone who knows the difference between love and longing. Because that's what this message will test, not your patience. Not your forgiveness. But your self-recognition. Can you see the variant of yourself you've become? Can you hold her steady, even when her past comes knocking? Archangel Michael says, you are no longer made of fragments. You are solid now. Let them feel what they lost. Type Amen to get blessing 588. Their message might carry a hidden test. A sentence that says, just say something, even if it's just to tell me off, that's not love. That's bait. You do not need to respond to silence with noise, you can protect your peace by saying nothing at all. That silence will echo louder than any reply. They want proof they still have a hold, don't give it. Give them the lesson. They had you, and they lost you. Let the sun rise on your healing tomorrow. Not because you're bitter, but because you're done. Comment I am done explaining if you know that your energy no longer belongs in the hands of the careless. You were not made to be an emotional playground. You are a sacred soul, not a second chance. Type Amen to get blessing 2464. They may attach a photo or reference a moment that once felt magical, but magic doesn't return when the magician with the one who made it disappear. Let them feel the weight of your silence. Let them realize the version of you they are speaking to now isn't desperate for answers, she already found them, in solitude. Let their message arrive. Let it deliver what it must, but do not let it settle in. You are not a home for what broke you. You are not a mirror for their redemption, you are the proof that healing happens, even when apologies don't. Type Amen to get blessing 5005. Their words may say I've changed, but ask yourself, has their pattern changed? Or are they just changing their approach? Your vision with someone's death is with someone's death when the ones clip you. I've rehearsed this moment. But your spirit isn't moved by rehearsals, it's moved by reality. Let tomorrow remind you. You are no longer the version of yourself that settles for half-truths and hope, you are now the version that walks in fullness, even if that means walking alone. And you're not alone. You're surrounded by spiritual protection, you're anchored in divine love. Type Amen to get blessing 4321. Archangel Michael says what's coming at 9:00 a.m. is a test, not a tragedy. It will not break you. It will verify you. It will confirm that what tried to shatter you only shaped your power, that what tried to return as a whisper cannot silence your roar. You are too awake for manipulation. Too free for guilt, too wise for repetition. Let this moment affirm you. Let their words dissolve against your strength, let your peace remain unmoved. You do not need to reread it. You do not need to decode it, you simply need to release it. Type Amen to get blessing 8008. And if after everything you feel sadness, that's okay, because you're not mourning them. You're mourning the version of you who waited for this message far too long. But now that it's here, not waiting anymore, now that it's arrived, you're walking forward. No hand holding. No looking back, tomorrow doesn't belong to them. It belongs to you. It belongs to the one who chose healing, you are no longer standing at the door. You are flying. You are soaring, let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them regret. Type Amen to get blessing 9009. Dove, this is your moment. Not theirs. 9 a.m. will not break you. It will crown you. You have already passed the hardest part, the waiting. Now walk into your day with power, clarity, and stillness. Let their message come, let it fail to move you. Because tomorrow you win. And they will feel it. Type Amen to get blessing 7000. Love fire. And when the clock strikes 9 a.m. tomorrow, you will not tremble, you will rise with quiet knowing. The message will come as expected. A name will appear, the words will land. But they will not carry the same power they once did. You have already outgrown the story they are trying to re-enter, they are still speaking from the old chapter. While you are already living in the sequel. Let them write to the version of you that no longer exists. What they meant for disruption will become confirmation. They wanted to stir your emotions. But instead, they will awaken your discernment. You won't even need to defend yourself. Your energy will say it all. Type Amen to get blessing 2444. You may reread their message once. Maybe twice. Not out of confusion, but to make sure you saw it clearly. Not because you missed them. But because you're studying how far you've come. Your words may seem tender. Poetic even. But remember, the people who write the prettiest messages can still be the ones who crushed your heart. Let their beauty remain on the screen. Not inside your spirit. You are too precious to bleed again from the same blade. You are too powerful to whisper your truth to someone who ignored it the first time. Let them sit in the echo of your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 5656. Archangel Michael says, your angels already saw this message forming. Heaven intercepted the energy and prepared your spirit in advance. That's why you've been feeling emotional without knowing why. You weren't paranoid. You weren't imagining things, your soul was already getting you ready. And now the storm they thought would flood you will pass without damage. Lightning will flash, but it will not strike you. Because you are shielded. They may tell you they had to let you go, they may say they weren't ready back then. But it was never about readiness. It was about willingness. Type Amen to get blessing 8787. The message may include an offer. An invitation to reconnect, a chance to talk things through. But do not let temporary loneliness trick you into returning to permanent pain. Do not let a soft tone distract you from a sharp history. You know who they were when they didn't need you. That's the real them. Let their attempt fall flat. Let your silence be your strength. Let your peace be louder than any reply. Even if they ask for just a conversation, know this. Not all conversations bring closure. Some reopen wounds. You are not available for spiritual rain jury. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. They had your love and didn't honor it, and now they want your attention. Hoping it will feel like love again. But love isn't just presence. It's protection, consistency, truth. Their message is not your invitation. It is your confirmation, the closure you were waiting for. It just arrived through their regret. You don't need to seek justice, your growth is the justice. Your glow is the reply. Let them speak from the space where they now realize who you were, but don't step back into that space with them. That door is closed for a divine reason. Type Amen to get blessing 3003, and as the day unfolds tomorrow, you'll notice something remarkable. You're not shaken. You're not doubting, you're watching it all happen with clarity in your chest. You're walking through the moment like someone who survived the fire. Because you did. And now you're the flame. Not the ashes. They may expect drama, they may expect anger. But your calmness will be louder than 1,000 words. You owe no reaction, no explanation. No closure to someone who watched you bleed and didn't reach out. Type Amen to get blessing 4848, Archangel Michael says, when they see no reply, they will spiral. They will check if the message was read. They will check your page, your stories, your light. They will realize that the version of you who once hoped, who once waited, is gone. And they weren't ready for your silence. Because it speaks of strength they can no longer manipulate, let them feel that absence. Let them understand they don't get to hurt you twice. Your story is not their playground anymore. Let tomorrow be the reminder that you were never the problem. You were the blessing they didn't know how to hold. Now they'll see it, but from the other side of the door. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. Even if they say, I miss you, don't forget the months they didn't check on you. Even if they say, I was thinking of you, don't forget the silence they left you in. Even if they say, you were always the one, remember how they treated the one. You are not here to be reused. You are not here to be a second chance, you are here to live free. Tomorrow may begin with a message, but it will end with a breakthrough. Because you will finally, completely, unapologetically let go. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. You have cried enough. You have doubted yourself enough, you have waited long enough. This is the part of the journey where you choose peace over history. Where you close the book not with anger, but with wisdom, where you don't even need to say goodbye, because your energy already left. Let them scroll through old conversations. Let them reread what you used to send, let them realize what they lost. And let you realize what you've gained. Freedom, clarity, and power that no one can write. Type Amen to get blessing 7000. Dove fire speech, and after that message is sent, they'll wait. They'll wait for a reaction, a typing bubble. A scene status, anything, but the only thing they'll get is silence, steady and golden, wrapped in your peace. Because you're no longer in the season of explaining. You're in the season of ascending, and not everyone can go where you're going. They believed they could return like nothing happened. But what they didn't know is everything changed, especially you. They thought the door was still unlocked. But it's not just locked, it's no longer even visible. You build a new house. You live in a new frequency. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. You may feel a part of yourself gently grieving again. Not for the person, but for the time you gave, the love you gave, the hope you held. But let that grief come and go like a wave, because you didn't lose time. You invested it into your own growth. And tomorrow, all of that growth will shine like armor, their message won't pierce you. It will pass through the air like a distant sound. And you'll smile, not because of them, but because of how far you've come. You will not be tempted by fantasy anymore. Because reality has become your sanctuary, and in that reality, they are no longer welcome. Type Amen to get blessing 6444. Archangel Michael says, the reason this moment had to happen tomorrow is divine timing, it's not a random hour. It's the final test before a major shift in your blessings. The minute you decide to stay in your peace, doors will begin to open, you will feel it. Something will rise in your life after 9:00 a.m. Because you passed the test, there will be no drama. No back and forth. No need for cloying paragraphs, because your silence will be the closure. Your elevation will be the proof. Your joy will be the reply. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. And if you feel tempted to say just one thing, pause. That's not your healed self speaking, that's the wounded part they are trying to reach. But that part has already been comforted. Already been seen, already been loved. By you. You do not need to go back, you do not need to reopen what nearly broke you. You've already rewritten your identity. Far from their reach. Let them sit in wonder. Let them feel your absence echo. Let them experience the full silence of someone who has moved on. They will not understand it. They will feel the shift. But it is not your job to explain healing to the one who caused the pain. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. You are not cold. You are not heartless, you are whole. And wholeness doesn't chase. Wholeness doesn't beg, wholeness doesn't reply out of habit. Tomorrow, when you see their name and feel the rush, breathe. Stretch, smile softly, not out of joy for them, but out of pride for yourself. You survived every moment they thought you couldn't. You rebuilt in silence while they forgot you, and now that they remember, it's simply too late. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. And if the message says, can we start over? You already know the answer, you already know there's nothing to go back to. You have evolved too much. You have loved yourself too hard, you have crossed the bridge, and it burned behind you for a reason. Their start over is just a way to reset control. But you're no longer available for soft traps and second chances. This isn't bitterness. It's spiritual preservation. Let your peace confuse them, let your stillness speak. Let your joy offend those who expected you to stay wounded. Type Amen to get blessing 5222. Archangel Michael says, watch what happens after you don't reply. Watch how they spiral. Watch how they reach again, softer. More desperate. More confused, because now they see the truth. You were never the one who lacked love. You were the one who gave it to freely, and that variant of you he's gone now. You don't overgive. You don't over-explain, you observe. You protect. You choose, and you choose peace. Every single time. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Let tomorrow be your coronation, not your collapse. Let it be the day you knew, truly knew, you were healed. Not because they changed, but because they no longer change you. Their words may shake the air, but not your soul, because your soul belongs to God now. And your peace is sealed. No response will be your loudest decision. No opening will be your strongest protection. And no regret will weigh you down. Because regret belongs to them, not you. Not anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 7000.